Recording has started.
Hi everyone. So this sprint, like for the past sprint, we have worked for setting alerting on our production environment. We already had some pattern which we were following in our stage environment. It was like setting alerting on Prometheus metrics. There are metrics set on each component of our Thoth station. So as you can see, these are the components which we have right now, and each have their own functionality, some data ingestion, some do service providing, so such like that. And each of them are embedded with metrics, and each metrics is set based on how the service is performing in a specific cluster. So we use this metrics to provide alerting so that if there is any issue in our system, we can resolve it like much faster and to get back to the user as soon as possible. So we have set the alerting, and now like this demo would be like to show if more alerting has to be done, how to do that, or how this was carried out. So firstly we created so this ticket has the most of the information. You can find it on dot application. So I'll go through the work which we did. So we created a repository or a directory called monitoring. Uh, so we had already a Prometheus deployed on it. So it's an operator. You can click on the operator and deploy it. So it should look something like this kind of a pod, which will start based on a operator which is existing. So if you go to installed operators, there should be like you would have installed a Prometheus operator, and then if you provided the YAML file which you means a configuration file which you need, you can use that. So we do that from everything through our dot application. So this is our this is our one-stop point where we store everything. So if you want to replicate anything, you can just copy the YAML files and use them. So there in the core directory, if you go to overlays, if you go to CNV prod, that is our production environment, and if you go to infra, so you will see the Prometheus configuration which we have. So in this, what we do different is we add our applications, the endpoints where we want to target. So these are the endpoints which are serviced from the application. So these will be sending out metrics to the Prometheus instance. So once you set up the Prometheus instance, you will see a pod like this, and then you can have it something like that service which will show up like this. So if we see there are metrics spinning metrics pointing out from our own applications. So we added alerts on this. So how do we do that is there is an alert manager in Prometheus operator. So we use that. We configured the alert manager to send the alerts to GitHub. So we have set up a GitHub receiver which receives these alerts and then creates an issue on top of it. So I'll go through the manifest really quick. So there is this monitoring repository. If you go to the base, you will see the alert manager setup. So we create a service and a route, and there is this alert manager. So if you state alert manager in this term, the Prometheus operator will pick it up and spin up the pod for us. So in this, the configuration, like how does it know that that it has to be pulled from, that this service has to be pulled from our Prometheus. So you define that in the Prometheus configuration, you add that to that part, and then the Prometheus will start sending it to this alert manager. Similarly, we created a rules like more depth rules are in overlays. I'll show through them. This is a pattern of that. So if you go to the overlays and you see the alerting rules, these are the alerting rules which you can state. So this is where, like, if suppose any of our developers wants to put more alerting rule, they will go to this part and add their alerting rules based on the metrics which we show. We have a few of them already defined, like which we are currently monitoring, like our workflows, how we are triggering them, if they're triggering, some alerting on our Kafka, some alerting on our databases, and so these will create, if there is any issue, these will create alert. And you can see like what these are. Like there is the alert, there is the expression which is looking for. These are the metrics. So to look for a metric called metric exporter, and then see if that is not set. If not set for 5 minutes, then it will start popping up issues. So let's go through that. And then there's GitHub receiver. We have set this up. So here we have just defined that all our information should go to Thoth application. So all the issues should get created here. And once we set up this, we have set it up with Argo CD with customize. So Argo CD uses the customize commands to deploy this. Once this gets deployed, so what I mean is, suppose if you want to add a new metric, we can add it up, and it will show up in within few minutes. So it will be available then. So now next one is the issues. So if you can see the alerting, so alert shows up like this with alert tag and the deployment name. So an alert issue has some more information about the thing. So which instance did it fail? What job caused it? And some more information on severity and summary, which we added from that URL. So this gets popped here, and because every one of us, in Thoth Station, all our developers are monitoring this repository. We get to see this, and we start working on it to get the service fixed and give them more, like keep our system like more available to the users. So this is what I had. So I wanted to cover it up so that our developers can also see how to add more stuff if they wanted, or add more rules if they wanted to for the next time. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you. This looks really nice. I have one question, and that is, if the alert is no longer firing, is it automatically closed?
Yes. So if thank you for the question. So if you see here, so we know like this is a one. So for example, this alert is for when there is no data ingestion, then data ingestion happening. So we have data ingestion happening from our cron jobs, and it takes a little time. So sometimes what happens is there's an issue popped up, and as soon as the issue starts, within few minutes, our system recognizes there is a package which is now available, so I need to ingest that. So it'll start running that. As soon as it runs that, the alert manager will see, oh, there is already happening. So the bot itself will close it by saying resolved. So it will itself close it rather than we closing it. So in that way, if there's any issue, it will open and close, resolve it if it sees it's already fixed.
Nice. Any other questions? If not, thank you.
Thank you so much.